Hey, what's up, everybody? This is another episode of the Sitdown. I'm Mike Recine. This is Matt Anderson. He's fucking high, and he can't do his job.
No, I was putting my phone on. Do not disturb. I would have gotten a phone call and interrupted this beautiful song.
Shelby would have texted him from the store going, they don't have what you want. What else should I get? Never mind. I know you're doing a podcast, but who's the boss?
Matt, they don't have the extra large tampons that you need for your pussy.
Dude, she loves me.
Does she ever send you out for tampons?
I've done that. Have you done that, Mike?
Yeah, I don't care. I'll buy tampons.
You know what's worse than that? When you're in Washington Heights and your Puerto Rican girlfriend sends you out for tampons and tells you how to ask for them in Spanish.
How do you do it?
I don't remember.
Yeah. Anyway, well that's the voice of our very the gang's back together. The original crew, the original sit-down crew. The guy who was here at the beginning, Mr. Frank Terranova, is joining us.
Thank you.
You're the guy who, like, we wouldn't have the show if it wasn't for you.
Yeah, I built this show.
You built it. You named it. And then you dipped.
Just like a black dad.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, baby.
That's why the black comics love me. No, they love me. They relate.
That's why the black comics love me, because I go, hey, you guys are prone to violence. And they go, thanks, Frank. You tell it like it is. Anyway. Yeah, so
how's it been? How's the show doing? It's doing good?
I think it's doing good.
Matt does a lot of posts for it, I see. That's all Matt does.
It's definitely a different show since you left.
Is it?
You know?
Yeah.
You get to talk?
Yeah.
Even Matt's talking now. What the hell happened? I left. He didn't say a word. I come back. He's fucking yapping.
Right. Well, we got to fill.
Oh my God.
We got to fill the air. You know?
That's what happens in my relationships. They start off quiet, and then after 2 years, they start yapping, and then it's over.
Just got to get comfortable, Frank. Like, before, like we only ran into each other every so often.
Yeah. I see Matt out in the trenches.
Yeah.
We don't see Mike. He's doing better. He's doing good. He's got what do you got?
He's got love in his life.
He's got a dog.
I'm doing Knights of Columbus.
You got a dog. You got a woman. You got an apartment in a black neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How's life been after that? It's funny because people love you. People ask about you all the time.
You know what happened? I was at the Creek on Friday just doing the open mic, and this couple comes over, a young couple, and they were like, Frank, I just want to say we love you on the sit down.
Oh, yeah?
And I was like, oh, and they're like, yeah, man, we're sorry that you left. And they were so nice. I was like, what do you guys do? Like, with dances? Or, they were like saying it's so brave that I do stand up. They were like saying it's so hard they can't imagine doing it. I was like, I'd rather be a fucking dancer, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I ever told you this. I used to want to be like, my dream when I was a kid was to be like a chorus dancer on Broadway.
Uh-huh.
That's what I wanted to do. Like, after I saw All That Jazz, the Bob Fosse film, I said I would like to do that, but it was just, I didn't have the balls to take a class.
And I said, Mom, I want to be a dancer. And she beat the fucking piss out of me.
No, then I saw Staying Alive, the sequel to Saturday Night Fever, with John Travolta's dancing on Broadway. And I was like, it put it all together for me. I was like, oh, he did it. He's from Bay Ridge. Mm-hmm. Maybe I could do it. I'm from Canarsie. Maybe I could be a dancer.
Yeah. That movie took place in Bay Ridge.
Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah. Wouldn't Travolta be such a cooler movie star if he was, like, openly gay? He'd be like this gay, like, masculine.
How do you know? He might not be gay.
No, you're right.
You know, gay rumors, one thing about a gay rumor is everybody believes it.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Yeah.
Nobody has to have any proof at all.
Well, you wouldn't start a rumor if there wasn't any.
You don't think there would be some kind of proof by now?
I thought there's people. Not that I care.
I want to see a photograph of him with his tongue in a man's. If I see a photograph of him making out with a guy, I'll be like, wow. Mm-hmm. Until then, I don't believe it. Mm-hmm. I don't believe.
I don't think there's a photograph of me making out with a girl. No,
there never will be. You fucking queer.
Hey, watch the course.
Just kidding.
If he was gay, I think he would be open. He wouldn't be married this long. He wouldn't have kids and married for 30 years to the same woman. He was in long-term relationships with a lot of women. Diane, the one that.
What about so was Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise is straight also.
Oh, okay.
You know who's gay?
Huh.
Liberace.
Right.
Good call.
The only gay man ever in show business.
No, he's not the only one. There's a few.
Yeah.
But the way people talk is like everybody's gay except for Bruce Willis. I don't know. He's the only person. He's the only person who hasn't been accused of being gay so far.
Right. Well, this thing that we do is like kind of gay.
Yeah.
What, show business?
Entertaining people, talking on a stage,
talking
sharing
into
your
a mic.
feelings.
But you know,
that's
denying who you are goes an extra mile. Like if you are actually a homosexual and you're denying it, that's a whole thing you're doing. That takes a lot of work. I don't understand that, doing that much work to keep it quiet. This ain't the 40s.
All right. So anyway, what we were thinking for this show was like we've done a few episodes on different mobsters and stuff like that, and we were thinking maybe we could like do a little recap with you. We'll ask you about who we talked about and see if you knew anything because it's funny. You really do bring a perspective to the show that's like you don't get anywhere else. Like we watch these documentaries and we read about this stuff, but you understand these guys on like a personal psychological.
Well, I'm just like them, except I don't make a living in the streets. But I think we have the same morals and the same upbringing. It's like
right.
If
you
I
got
was
to see it as a kid.
I mean, when I go out on auditions, all they see me for is either a crooked cop or a gangster, and it makes sense because I mean I bring authenticity to those roles better than fucking
right.
Leonardo DiCaprio would or Ed Norton or fucking James Franco.
Right.
Trying to picture other roles you would
and
get turned
for
down
the part
for.
of Civil War general. Terranova. Hey,
where's George Washington, that cocksucker? Tell him to get off his horse, take off his fucking wig before I fuck his maid.
Hey, listen,
maid's got a nice
these
ass.
fucking Confederates, they're out of line. We gotta whack them.
He's like Hamilton.
Oh man, Frank as wait, we should make a production. We should stage that.
Yeah,
Hamilton's
Frank as Alexander Hamilton.
Do you like Hamilton?
Alexander Hamilton?
No, the musical.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not familiar.
Okay.
What is it? Disco? Hip hop?
No, it's like
it's hip hop with George Washington.
I don't know. It's like Lin-Manuel rappy bullshit with
it's some liberal wet dream. Fuck out of here. Some wealthy cocksucker who steps on minorities for a living goes, you know what? Let's go hook up some Dominican rapper, and then I could say I'm a good guy. Fuck out of here.
Hell yeah.
Let some Dominican rapper write a musical. Every liberal is gonna throw an award at this fucking guy's head.
Hell yeah.
What's his name? Juan Miranda.
Yeah, that's close enough.
Go play the conga.
It'll come up.
Go what?
Go play the conga, whatever the fuck. I go see real Broadway plays like Cole Porter. You know what I mean? That's Broadway, not no fucking bring in the noise, bring in the funk. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, like one thing that you always said was you were like, oh, these guys, you were like, these are really stand up guys.
Some of them are.
I mean, they all, which seems.
I'll tell you who's a stand up guy. Tommy Patera.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say, I love how people are judgy. Even the guy who ran with him goes, yeah, he was a maniac. Yeah, every day he was talking about killing people. I'm like, yeah. Well, you're in the mafia, stupid.
Right.
Where do you think you're working? Fucking Key Food?
Right.
You know, like, it was tough being around Tommy every day. He wanted to kill somebody. I'm like, he's a fucking hitman. What's he supposed to do?
Yeah.
You know, he's not making deliveries on a truck.
It does seem like that's the agreement when you go into this. It's
I look at the guys who rat as like scumbags, you know? Mm-hmm. If you want to be a rat, go take the cop test and be a rat for a living.
Right.
What are you being then the guy who rats is the guy who really didn't have the heart for it. Those are the guys you shouldn't even let him in. If you could smell that like when Gotti brought in Sammy, he came from a upper middle class family, Sammy Gravano, and he made an observation. Oh, why would somebody with money want to be in this life? Well, yeah, why didn't you fucking see the red flag, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think Sammy Gravano's a scumbag.
Gravano came from money.
Yeah. I think Gravano was a prick for what he did, but you should.
Hope you're listening, Sammy. You fucking prick.
Well, he could be. He's just a regular guy now.
But I mean, I was thinking about this the other day. It's like you go into a crew, you're with these guys, your best friend could kill you, you have to kill somebody, but it's almost like that's like a more simple way to live your life, like gender roles, you know. It's like I do this, my wife does this, Frank might kill me, I might have to kill Matt, and it's just what we do. It's our club.
I think this is
it's a better life.
When you talk about this stuff in 2018, it's kind of like you have to give perspective to the young people listening, because it's like you can't like imagine what these guys are doing in the 70s and doing it now. You can't even imagine the way people related to each other in the 70s. The way you can't even like hit on a girl now because like with this fucking Time's Up movement. Time's Up. That's what I say every time a female comic is on stage. But that's another story. But it's like you can't. It used to be you saw a girl, you said, "Hey, nice tits." It was like you can't even be a nice guy anymore. You can't even throw a compliment around.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I'm afraid to fucking say hello to somebody.
Times are a changing.
Whatever. God bless them. I hope everybody gets what they want, and deservedly.
Yeah.
You can't even walk up to a girl nowadays and say, "I would love to stick my tongue up that."
Every once
You don't
in
think things are getting better a little bit?
It's getting better. It is good. I'm only teasing.
Yeah.
But it's just hard. It's hard for me personally in comedy.
Yeah.
And it's always been hard. But this Me Too shit is making it harder. So I'll just wait it out. I'll wait till a black guy gets shot and we can forget about the women again. No, because I mean, it's got to be something like that.
This might be a good time to plug the Patreon, folks, because we're never going to have sponsors. So,
What is the Patreon?
The Patreon is like people can give us a little money to support the show.
Are you asking what the show is on the Patreon?
I don't know what a Patreon is.
I consider myself a gangster. Anyway,
there's no reason. There's no reason to be a gangster. It's not. That's a 20th century job.
Yeah. I guess one thing I want to ask you is, like, we spent a lot of time on the show talking about like evil, and I feel like, yeah, these guys are really bad, but there's so much evil out there now that people get away with and they can hide behind. Like
forget
people
it.
in tech. Like, I was looking at those Seamless ads the other day on the subway, and I was like, this is like real evil, because the whole ad campaign is like, here's all this Seamless special instructions, and it's like all these insane things that people. So it's like, it's not enough to come to New York and ruin a neighborhood and not support businesses and get food delivered, but now you can get someone to like you can get some immigrant to like do a backflip at your door or whatever.
I mean, people are
and Seamless charges like 30%, I think, to small businesses. Like Rebecca always complains about them because they take all their fucking profits. Yeah. It's like everyone who made that advertisement and everyone at Seamless should be put in front of a firing squad.
I know a guy who owns a restaurant. He hates Seamless.
Yeah.
Those ads are so stupid, and like they like make me mad. Same with that dating app. It was like DTF. Yeah, down to friend, and there was all different words for the F word, and it was just like, what the fuck is going on?
Thank you, Matt.
No,
anyway.
not much has changed. Matt's still a fucking energy suck.
Oh my god,
you wouldn't believe. Hey, we got into it last night because Shelby was on the show.
Oh yeah,
and I guess like she was on the show for a little bit, and then she left, and she was like interrupting. And then somebody said on the Facebook page that Shelby derailed the show, and I was like, yeah, all right, good point. And then Matt called me and asked me to apologize to Shelby, so I had to apologize to Shelby.
I mean, he was like being real loud.
These fucking guys on
her.
Reddit, they follow this show so much. They love talking. They're commenting on you and Matt, and like, Matt's getting funnier. They're like critique. They're like critics. Every week they got a new thing to say.
They're like the trades.
But that's the thing is, like, if this show gets bigger, like, they're going to say so much worse stuff. They're going to say stuff about you, about your mother, about your sister, about our families. They're going to like. So anyway, so he asked me to apologize. I'm like, what am I even fucking apologizing for? Did I acknowledge that your girlfriend derailed our show?
Yeah.
I guess I wasn't mad about that.
Well, this is a house. You got to walk in here.
Yeah, I guess the problem that I have with him is he's got a soft head and he doesn't put any thought into what he's saying or what he's doing.
He's trying to like bully me into like a super champ. He's like trying to train me into like an ultimate fighter.
He's acting like I can't figure out how to plug 2 wires into a fucking box and upload this show.
So why don't you?
I should.
Yeah.
Because I'm loyal. Because I don't want to let him go because he helped me build the show.
Tommy Patera is interesting. The one thing about Tommy Patera, I read the book when it first came out, The Butcher, that Philip Kahlo wrote about him. He's the same guy who wrote the book about the Iceman.
Yeah.
And there really isn't a lot, because I'm really interested in why when it comes to people.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like they're like, yeah, he was a good kid. He was shy. He learned karate. He went to Japan. Then he came back and he became a gangster. I'm like, wait, what happened?
And that's what the documentary we watched. Yeah, they said the same thing.
That's it. They don't. What led to it? Like I feel like with other people, there was more of a backstory. I feel like maybe he didn't talk to him. I don't remember if he talked to him directly.
Maybe it's just the abuse,
from getting picked on in the schoolyard.
Yeah. Because they said Tommy Patera, he had a very high-pitched voice. He kind of he got bullied a lot. So maybe when you're bullied that much, I mean, it's almost like a dog when you see a dog from like a Puerto Rican family or something. They can't adjust.
In a kill shelter.
Yeah, I got to return in my neighborhood. In the 70s, like it was still people wanted to be in the mob, and I get the whole. It might be just as simple as he wanted to be somebody.
Yeah.
In a neighborhood full of nobodies.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to go work and make $300 a week.
Yeah.
He's like, I could go over here and make $300 in 2 seconds.
Right.
Right. So
Right.
it might be as simple as that.
Right.
Yeah.
And the mob kind of says something to like, how shitty life is for a lot of people. Because if you're from like some working class neighborhood and you're like, this fucking sucks, and you're like, what are my other options? And if one is, you know, because everyone's looking for something better than what they have, and if one of the options is you're going to join the mob, but your best friend might shoot you in the head, then how shitty was your life before that?
Back in the 70s and early 80s, nobody was thinking about rats or your friends killing you, because that all started happening around the same time. So this is before they knew what was.
When did that start happening?
Like mid to late 80s.
There were wars, though. You knew.
Didn't they have? Yeah, but when they had to kill somebody, they would get your friend to do it, right?
I think now if you join the mob, you still, because we know all the stories. It's like all the people who did cocaine and heroin before Belushi don't even count.
Right.
If you did it after that, now you're fucking stupid.
Then you're done.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But also comedy suffered ever since they took the cocaine out of it.
Really?
You think?
Who was a good coked up comic besides Bobby Slayton?
Maybe Robin Williams.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He was more of an improv guy.
Yeah. Pryor? Was Pryor on coke?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Cocaine does make you funnier.
I was telling him before, Matt before, I'm funny when I drink.
Yeah.
Like, I got on stage the other night with a margarita in my hand. I was like, and I was just fucking, you know, with no material. I was having the best fucking time. I could have did an hour.
Yeah.
It's so fucking fun.
Yeah, sure is.